I'ma just pick one because dang, my eye will close like that. Welcome, 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 y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to look for some music. I'm gonna play me some Keto Bananas every time. I'm gonna rep that Keto Bananas every time. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I'm trying to find something. I'm trying to make sure it's off of the new album. Is My Love one of the ones? Yeah, we gonna listen to My Love. Welcome, 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 y'all. It is Sylvie414. Let's bring this over here because it makes no sense to have it in my ears if I ain't gonna have it over here. Sylvie414, y'all nice. Sylvie, your rough edge lady. Coming to bring y'all some of that 414, that one in the middle, just a little bit of balance, you know. See if you can see it from both sides is alls. That's alls. I hope y'all have had a magnificent day. I have had a great day. It's been taxing. I've been doing some things and stuff and gotta still get some things and stuff done and so on and so forth. But it's been good. I'm tired. Oh my God. Because I got up at the time. I didn't stay up. Didn't stay up. I got up at 7 o'clock. It would be a whole explanation of my 4 a.m. time with the God, and at 7 o'clock, it is 4 a.m. somewhere. That's the way that me and the God has worked this thing out with me coming live at midnight, because who can come live at midnight for at least an hour, because it's been about an hour since I've been coming live, and then have to wind down after you get off the live. You got to wind down because I just don't just be able to just, people's got to wind down. And they may wind down close to the 3 o'clock hour. Like that's even when I worked and got off at 10, ooh, I got my time changed. I only got it taken down an hour. And she was working on getting it taken down another hour prior to me leaving. But yeah, because the wind down for me ain't no joke. The wind down ain't no joke. I like to work jobs where I'm at least off by 8. I don't even have to be on a 9 to 5, but at least 8. Give me 8, and I'd be good for the wind down at a reasonable time, because, you know, me and D-God got things and stuff. Y'all, I got hot Dr. Pepper. It's Luke cold. I don't even know if I'm probably not gonna take one more sip of that. I already said, if Philip, if Philip knew, there's about a half a soda still left in there. Oh my God! But that's a good thing because that means that I'm having my fill. Helping a friend is all. I look. I have been through a thing, and I'm blessed, and I knew this friend prior to. That's my friend I was going out dancing with. He's come on hard times. I've been through hard times. So I'm helping a friend. When I was renting the room, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't gonna help him like I feel the way that I can help him having my own place. So I will allow him to come store, you know, food. I cook. I'm gonna cook for him. He go get something to eat. I'm gonna cook for us both. Like that's my friend. Like there's nothing romantic there. Two people done asked us was we siblings. The first person asked us was we siblings, and when I said no, she was like, "Was that your husband?" She was like, "Cause y'all look alike." And then today somebody just asked, "Was we siblings because they said the same thing, that we looked alike. Um, but no, Philip is not my sibling. I'm tripping because Philip did two things today. He called himself Philip, and I'm the only person that calls him Philip. He called himself Philip, um, just in reference to something he was talking about today. And he went out and bought a case of water. And just to say the significance in that, when he was transporting the water and the sodas. I don't buy sodas unless I want a soda. I don't go out and buy boxes of soda. I don't buy 12 packs. I don't even buy 6 packs. I'll go out and I'll buy a soda, and if I want another one, I'll go buy another soda before I put a 6 or 12 pack in here, because the same way I feel about soda, not on as great a level, but the same way I feel about soda is the way I feel about bread. That's why I don't buy bread, and he likes both. He likes sodas and bread. So with the bread, I be good on. Like if he buy bread and it come in here, no problem, because I already know that bread and I have very much a love-hate relationship. Very much. So I be good on the bread. I'm gonna eat of it what I'm gonna eat of it. Other than that, I'm good. The sodas, when sodas get in me, they try to fight the spirit of the fact that he said today, you got a shitload of sodas. But he went out, I mean water, because that's all I buy. I'm gonna at least have at least 3 cases of water at a time. I try to keep at least 3 cases of water at a time. So when he picked up that case of water, when he said something about a case of water, I looked at him like, what the heck is it? It's getting ready to snow or something like that? Cause y'all gotta excuse me, because I'm looking for a paper towel or a napkin or something, because it feels like something's in my nose. Nobody just gonna dig in their nose. So please excuse me. There's absolutely, positively nothing there, but it felt like it. I like the way that it was, but I have just said within myself today, why is that flashlight on? Speaking with thee, God, that I know that I have to discipline myself in my house, because I'm not going to tell him he can't store things here. He's a good friend and he do things for me, and this is the least that I feel like that I can do for him, because he looks out for me. Come on now. All that I'm trying to do is get him a phone. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, because people's is sleepy. I don't think I'm gonna need wind down time. I promise I don't think that I am going to need any wind down time. Because my eyelids feel as though they want to close right now. And that is probably because I was supposed to take a nap and I didn't. I'm gonna get it together. You have to take a nap if you are going live at midnight. There is no way around it. And I have already said, sometimes I'm kind of like a little baby, because I don't even be thinking I'm gonna miss something, but that's what it feel like. I mean, that's what I compare it to. That's the great. I don't be feeling like I'm gonna miss something. I guess I feel restless. I don't know, y'all, but My body just it don't be winding down. Oh my goodness. So, let's get to the name of the title. The Audacity is the parent for me. The Audacity, it is the parent for me. But before we get on into that subject, let's listen to Keita Bananas. Today, y'all, we're gonna listen to My Love, and this one is featuring L Money. L's Money. L's Money is like her. I think I found out that Keita was a rapper. Like, I remember the exact day that I found out that Keita was a rapper. I forget. Um, I'm trying to. I think it might have been her mama's birthday party. It might have been her mama's birthday party. I think Keita was 18 or 19 at that particular time, and I forgot what the conversation was. But her mom was having a house party. It was a really nice party too. We had a really nice time. So yeah, Keita is like, Keita should be 32 at this point. So she's been doing this. She's been grinding on this for a long time, and this is her first album. So My Love featuring L's Money. And y'all, I made attempts. You like you got me. What guess you do is that you special. Tap my name all on your body. Damn, she got me cause my love is my love. My love is your love, and your love gets your love me through. And I don't know no one else. No one as special as you are that love me the way you do. Say my love is my love. Keita Boo. Keita Bananas, y'all. Keita Bananas. Go download that paper in progress. Go download that paper in progress. Dang, that was quick. That one was a quick one, y'all. That must have been like an intro. They said that was 3 minutes. We listened to that for 3 minutes. Goodness gracious. I couldn't tell. It didn't seem like it had been on for no 3 Jeez Louise minutes. So yeah, okay, that's what Peoples was about to say. I was trying to work on that live chat issue that Peoples is having right now, and I did not have any success. So whenever I hit live chat replay, it's saying that the live chat is moved. But then when I go down, scroll down, and I hit live chat down below, no comments come up from when there were people in the chat during my live. And it said that it's supposed to display the comments that came up when you were live, because I just want you guys to know that I do be trying to recognize and respond to your comments. But I can't if I can't see them. And it won't let me. I tried it on the phone while you guys were on with me. I tried it both times. I tried it on both phones. I tried it on that phone on last night. I tried it on this phone on last night. And it won't let me hit like or love or anything like that on the comments. And it's not letting me find those comments after I get off this live. So Peoples is going to have to work a little bit more, because what I don't want is for Peoples to feel as though I'm not interacting with my chat, because that's not the case, because I'm a newbie. And so it's not like I can look down and say, ooh, that chat is moving fast like some of the people I watch. So that, you know what I'm saying, that would really be a reasoning as to why I would want to, get that thing together. That's all. That's all. Um, but yeah, it's the parent for me. So I'm gonna go ahead on and get these the Bible verses. Well, let's not say the Bible verses, because how about tonight, y'all? Peoples did what they were supposed to do and went into all the sacred scriptures. Clap, clap, clap. I might have to download CapCut on their phone. Oh Lord, girl, you are too much. It's just doing what my people's told me to do today. Paying attention. I am paying attention. Yes, God. Okay. All right. Sometimes they have conversations with themselves, and I was always taught that it's okay to talk to yourself as long as you don't answer yourself. And then somebody that I felt like was really wise was like, they answer I answer myself all the time. I was like, well, maybe there's something to that answer. I might not answer myself all the time. Try to be a little balance. 414. Try to be a little balance. Answer yourself a little bit. Talk to yourself a lot. There's nothing at all wrong with having conversations with yourself. You can learn a lot from yourself. That's the only person that can analyze you is yourself. So, have a chat with you. We is 18 and on them Proverbs, because it's 31 days in the month most of the time. And then there are 31 chapters in Proverbs. So it's one per day. So we went with verse 2. And look, when I started reading, because I've read it a lot, and when I initially did verse 1, because y'all know I go up a verse and down a verse based off of Deacon Bellamy telling me, not going to read the whole chapter, which I do. I read the whole chapter. But I still, when I go in and retrieve what I'm going to bring here, I bring those 3 verses, the one below and the one above, the one I'm going to, as my pastor can call it, the anchor verse. So we went with verse 2. So verse 1 is, through desire, a man having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. Let me first say that is not speaking of the male. That is speaking of humankind, like a man or a woman. So, don't say, well, it don't refer to me because I'm a woman. That's not so. Verse 2, a fool, that's how you know it, because it's men's, it's not the only fools out there. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may be discovered by itself. All that you want to do is understand you. Your heart right there is your heart's desires. You want to discover what's in your heart. You are not concerned with understanding any other thing around you. And that should be no bueno, but it's not no bueno for some people. Some people are seemingly content with not even attempting to understand anything else around you. I think when you lack understanding, there is a level of maturity that you may not reach. I'm going to hit this one with the Christians. I like the book of Proverbs, because really, and that's why D-God sent me here, because it's not a religious book as people would think of when they're thinking of religion. And that's the book that D-God told me to come to. Kept me on out of the rest of them wisdom books, strolled me right on back over to Proverbs. And before I even began to do this platform, I was taking classes at my church where I was finding out that Proverbs is a business model. Like, whether the person is a Christian or not, people use Proverbs. Willie D. And Willie D will tell you he don't go to church. I'm going to assume anybody that, I ain't going to say anybody that don't go to church is not Christian. That's not, you know. But a lot of times when people say they don't go to church, they're associating that with religion. And the religion that's always just the one that I hear the most would be, it's Christianity. So if they say they don't go to church, they try to stay away from Christianity. I ain't never heard nobody say, you know, refer to they don't go to church and they were talking about a Muslim mosque or, you know, something like that. 9 times out of 10 it was a Christian that was saying that, or someone that associates with the Christian religion. So a fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. Verse 3, when the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy reproach. You say, what is ignominy? Ignominy is public shame or disgrace. So with public shame or disgrace, there is reproach. Should I define reproach for you? Sure. Address in such a way as to express disapproval. So there you have it. Now, in the Quran, since we anchored on fool, I went and I researched fool in the Quran. And I came up with this is the book, Al-An'am, A-N, comma, A-A-M, that's the chapter, excuse me, that's the book name. The chapter is chapter 6, and the verse is verse 140. They are lost indeed who kill their children foolishly, without knowledge, and forbid what Allah has given to them, foregoing a lie against Allah. And there's more to that verse, but I just went with, I'll use my pastor's words again and say I just went with part A of the verse. And then I went with 2nd Maccabees 11 and 13. Lysias was no fool. He thought about the defeat he had suffered. And I was going to stop there. That I read the entire verse, but that's all that I wanted to use, part A. He realized it was because of the Almighty God he had lost, who had fought for the Jews, making it impossible for them to be defeated. So he sent the message to the Jews. And I was going to stop at part A. Lysias was no fool, as he thought. The difference between a fool, I don't care. He knew he lost that battle for whatever reason. He lost that battle. Welcome, 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 you guys. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. He knew he had lost that battle, but my whole reasoning for going to that verse was he thought. And that's going to be the difference between someone who does something foolishly or acts foolishly and someone who acts a little more mature or a little more wisely, is the thought. And not only the thought, but to act on that thought. If you just gonna go with the first thing that come on your mind, the first thing that come into your heart, you know, that ain't always the best thing. But a fool said it's defining the fool as just being concerned with what the fool wants. They don't care if it's the best thing or not. If it's what they want, it is what they want. So what I have found with me and thee, God, is what I want is what thee, God, give me over the years. Good, bad, and different. I'm telling you, I get it. It's not always good. Hence, and bad and indifferent. But you just have to be careful you know, what you're asking for, and be careful how you move. And you just have to think before you move. Maybe if Lysias would have thought in the beginning, you know, something might have struck him. You don't know. I don't know. They might be peculiar. You might not want to mess with them. I don't know. Well, he thought about that thing after he got whooped. Thought about that thing after he got whooped, though. So, tonight we're going to talk about a couple of mamas. We're just going to talk about a couple of mamas. And y'all, I get my content a lot of times, most of the time, I get my content from real life. I'm watching the news. I'm watching YouTube news. I may be speaking with someone about a subject. But sometimes I get my content from TV. Why? Because TV draws on real life all the time. TV draws on real life. And I like to watch shows that I know draw on real life. I like cop shows and you know, things like that. Don't get me wrong. I got ratchet shows that I watch. I have ratchet shows that I watch. But for the most part, the cop shows get it for me. So Criminal Minds is what I was watching. And it was actually, I won't even planning on talking about the one with the teacher. I had seen that one before. I'd seen both of them before. I've seen probably every Criminal Minds. I ain't gonna say every Criminal Minds because there were new seasons. I wasn't watching it after leading up to Hodge getting fired and things like that. I don't know none of what's going on there. But I watched many seasons of Criminal Minds up until that time. So one of them was about a teacher who wound up in jail because she wound up in jail because she was having relations with her student. And the student well, of course it was a student, so the student was underage. So when she got out of jail, she wound up going to get somebody's baby, pretending like it was hers, going to get the boy, trying to take the boy away because his mama done helped helped put her in jail and everything like that. And so he had a friend came over that was trying to date him because the woman was in jail. And thank you, by the way, trying to date him because the woman was in jail, and she wound up getting shot because she was messing with the crazy parent who wasn't even a parent. She wasn't even a parent, but she was pretending to be. So what possibly could she have been teaching the babies? What possibly? They are lost indeed who kill their children foolishly without knowledge. Now, I did not go into that. I have not really found ways, because I'm just bringing the Quran into it. And even though I've read the books of Maccabees a few times, as far as going in depth to study like I do the Bible, I'm still trying to figure out how to do that for the Quran and for Maccabees. But when I thought of they are lost indeed who kill their children foolishly without knowledge, I'm not even thinking about, because sometimes you have to bring that to your time and your day to associate it with you. You killing your children's spirit. Like, all I'm thinking about is, first and foremost, you stole the baby, but you stole the baby. What kind of parenting were you about to give this young child? Had you gotten away with whatever it was that you were trying to get away with, you were about to parent a young child that you had with a young child. I promise you, I ain't good with it either way. I ain't good with it when the man go and get a youngin'. I'm not good with it when a woman go and get a youngin'. I think that anybody that go and get youngins that don't have any mental capacity to deal in adult relationships, they should be in jail. You have a wonderful evening. They should be in jail. So we of course it's Criminal Minds, so she winds up caught. But my whole thought process to that was, you're gonna parent a child, and what in the world is that baby gonna be in for? What is that baby gonna be in for? Um, but that wasn't even the Criminal Minds that I was speaking of. The Criminal Minds that I was speaking of was more in association with, I was talking about Dr. Remini, and she's speaking about the ignorant narcissist. But I had gone in to look up enabler. And so as I'm looking up enabler, I see narcissism. So this one struck me, this one reminded me of Dr. Remini, because here we're dealing with a mom. Whew. Son is in a wheelchair. Son cannot get it together to do relations. So she is going out to find him people, women, so that he can try to get himself together so he can have relations, but it doesn't work, and these poor women wind up unalived. And the mama is so, by the time that they got around to figuring out that the mama probably had something to do with it, they called her narcissist, or that it was narcissistic behavior. Like, she was fully aware what she was doing, and she was guilt tripping her husband into being involved. He didn't want to. Now, did he make a choice? Sure he did. Sure he did. But guess what? I didn't read a verse from Genesis, because I said we was just going to talk about Genesis. He made a choice. Who? I just watched stuff leading up to that. Watching O'Shea Duke Jackson. Y'all go subscribe to O'Shea Duke Jackson, talking about what Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson was talking about. Black man being responsible for, everything in the world that's going on, and especially with black women. I said all of that to say, I said he made a choice. I was reading Genesis 3, and I have gone back and forth and debated with men, whether religious or non-religious, about feeling as though, Adam had no responsibility. It was Eve. She did it. She ate the fruit. I'm going to say this to say this. Everybody made a choice in that situation. I am a firm believer in everybody being responsible for themselves, which is what O'Shea Duke Jackson wound up saying to that statement. Every individual is responsible to themselves. When it comes to parenting, each individual that makes a great impression or a poor impression is responsible to themselves where that child is concerned. But in that chapter, Eve. Now, I asked Philip, was he aware, or how he felt about men, that come to the conclusion that the woman who ate the fruit was totally responsible. And he wasn't really sure on it. I explained what I had just read and what I'm about to explain. And he walked out the door, because as I was reading, I said, and I say it every time, man of the house. So how the woman made you do it? And I am so backed up by D-God. I am so backed up by D-God, because that's how he got punished. And why? Since you let your wife talk you into some things and some stuff, then how about this? Got the sternest punishment Wi-Fi does not appear to be connected to the internet. Why is my Wi-Fi acting up? Okay, I'm gonna turn on this box. Y'all, I may have to, so I don't want to get up and see what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. We got to fix that. What was I saying? Oh, okay. God knew everything that went on. God came in that garden. The God called Adam, and then the way that I'm reading and the understanding that I just got today, and I've read this plenty of times, I feel like the punishment was in order of importance to thee, God. I'm going to punish this serpent first. I ain't thinking about this serpent. But y'all too. I ain't trusted y'all. So y'all going to get it the worst. Eve was in the middle, so she was sandwiched in between. So yeah, she got it. Lady. Because that's when it said that you was going, that your husband was going to rule you. I was trying to make sure I got the wording right. That your husband was going to rule you. So up until then, there was no rule necessary. But God come in there, y'all is acting the fool, hiding and stuff. God like, why y'all hiding? Y'all both done cut her. He ain't say Eve, you cut her. He ain't say Adam, you cut her. He called Adam, because I left you in charge, bro. And you decided to lax. God wants us to take responsibility for our own actions. God said that right there. If God felt like Eve was the only one that was responsible, God would not have punished Adam last. God would not have called Adam. But a choice was made. And when that choice was made, that one made a choice to go out and get all them women for her son, up to the nurse. Like, you were getting ready to try to do the nursing. You were getting ready to try to do the nursing. I need to do something about it. I need to put some more tape on my antenna, because my antenna be trying to fall off every time. But like, there was no, that's coddling. That's coddling. And as they sat at the table, I forget exactly what the conversation was, her and Dad, but to know that that was coddling. And there is no way, I talked about that last night. Coddling, doing absolutely everything for your child, not allowing your child to face any truths, shielding your child from everything, that is a recipe for destruction. That's all. A whole recipe for destruction. And around here at Sylvie's place, we don't want to destruct, we want to build up. Well, this ain't Sylvie's place, but this is Sylvie's. It is Sylvie's place. We at Sylvie's place. For reals. And so, let's see here. Oh, that's what it was at the table. That let you know that she was very self-centered. And that is why effective communication is everything. And it's conversations that should be had probably before you get married. Her husband wanted a girl. She said there was no possible way she could have loved another child the way that she loves Jeffrey. Said there was no room for love for another child. So her husband's conversation and feelings were totally null and void. Takes me to Judge Mathis. Oh God, I like the way you garden in my head today. You got me remembering all's the goods. All's the goods. Judge Mathis was talking to the young man about his marriage. And he made the statement that when compromise looks like it still has to go in the way of either person, like if compromise still looks like it favors one person in a marriage more so than the other, then that is not compromise, and that is not what marriage is all about. There was no compromise there. You absolutely won't get a girl, because we not even going to try. Oh, so my lips just do joker things when I do like that. That's all. Okay. I thought it was my makeup last night, but since I got on no makeup tonight, then I also got on this lip dip. And my eyebrows. You know, I just got some mascara. I don't got on no makeup. Like, I just got on eyelashes. I done throw some mascara on my eyebrows just to tame them. You do that to tame them. And some lip dip. It's sauce. I could not bring myself to put on no full face of makeup today because I looked all ashy and stuff. But my baby, the goal tomorrow. We're going to do it tomorrow. She excuse me. She sent me, she lined up my face. When I sent her the picture today and showed her what a hot mess my face looked yesterday when I was up here with that full face of makeup on, looking right dusty and all that. She went in and told me where highlight goes, where contour goes, where blush goes. Like, she lined it all, so that should work better for me because I have something I can look at as a visual. Yeah. So the last story, y'all, is a real story. It's a real mom, and as I was going through this story and I read a couple of articles, I first watched it on Queen Amadada Shakur. Y'all go check out Queen Amadada Shakur, follow her. If you like the content, I can't make nobody follow nobody, but I can tell y'all go check out somebody's page and calling out their name. The young lady got acid thrown all over her. She experienced 2nd and 3rd degree burns on her back and on her legs. And I thank God as well that she did not get those burns on her face. She was fighting in a schoolyard. Excuse me. Her cousin they were in the schoolyard on a Sunday. They had a playground there. So a fight ensued. This is what the articles are saying. A fight ensued. After the fight was done, the young lady said, I got something for all of y'all. I'm going to give my opinion because this is what Sylvie does. Because this hit me. What in the world is going on out there, Lord? I thank you that everything is okay. And if anybody is hurt, that you just be with them. I got something for all of y'all. They ran away. Now, they ran away, but I thought that it said that the acid hit somebody else. But the young lady that got the worst of it came back because she left her purse. Now, first and foremost, to me, that was not wisdom. When that baby said, I got something for all of y'all, when y'all scattered, y'all was not supposed to return to that spot. You gotta take people serious in this day and time. I don't care if they are adults. I don't care if they are babies. You gotta take people serious because the crazy is crazying. And people are I don't even have a word to put there. Now, why did that baby say, I got something for all of y'all? This is my belief from just growing up and having seen some things and been around some things and experienced some things. Could it have possibly, and I'm not even going to say this is my belief, but could it have possibly been that alls of y'all's had been bothering that baby? Because Queen Amadada Shakur's fan base, some commenter came in and said, well, she was probably jealous of him, and they said Queen Amadada was like, well, yeah, she could have been, because this is a pretty little girl. That's possible. Or could that young lady have been being harassed by all of them? Why did she say she had something for all of them? And then her mother said at the end, this is what y'all get for messing with my baby. Y'all know I listen to words. This is what y'all get for messing with my babies. I promise I'm not condoning that. I said all I could do. My skin cringed. And I instantaneously took her to verse 2 as a mom. When I put it up there, I hadn't gone in and read the articles yet. I was just going off of what I read, what I heard from Queen Amadada, and choosing my Bible verses. I did my Bible verses before I went in and read the article. But I had already chosen her. So when the Bible verse came to me, she was already on my notepad. That's how the God does. I pray before I read everybody. God, give me a verse that's going to match every day. I don't go. Sometimes I just read the Bible before I came. I'm still getting this together. So when I say the God gives it, the God gives it. Why did her mother say, this is what y'all get for messing with my baby? Why did that baby say, I got something for y'all? I used to get jumped every day coming home from school. Every day in the first grade. Every day. I don't know what went down there. Just like Carrie Lee. Look, I hadn't even been following her story. I just been hearing that by way of, but I'm gonna talk about that a little bit as well. Not today, though, probably tomorrow. I want to go and do my own research on it before I talk about it. But even in being able to have a potential thought process to another side of that, Mama, they are lost indeed who killed their children foolishly, killing their spirit. I definitely understand you want your baby to defend yourself. And if there is any inkling to truth of anything I said, because that's the way it get down, I uber understand it. But you can't just be aciding people. That's a spirit breaker. You have no clue. That's what a lot of people, I'm hearing a lot of people say about Carlisha Hood. You have no clue what you did to your son when he had to, just based off of his looks, he looked like a nice enough young man. But in this instance as well, you have no clue what you've done to your baby's psyche, potentially. I would say get her in counseling. Both of those babies. I tend to follow this story excuse me, I intend to follow this story because I'd like to know what's going on with it. So yeah, you guys, I thank y'all for chilling with me. Hello, beautiful. They are lost indeed who kill their children foolishly without knowledge. I said that the difference between a fool and someone who is not is a thought. To get knowledge, there has to be a thought there. You have to seek out, you have to think to want to seek out knowledge to do. What do you want to do, beautiful? Something different. Something that is not going to be spirit breaking for your babies. This is only if I'm talking to you today, beautiful. Wisdom is the principal thing. And in all I get understanding. A fool only wants to understand his own heart. Get understanding, beautiful. Get near that baby and get understanding. Why? Because Sylvie love y'all. She want us to be better. She want us to heal. I'm out.